Hi everyone and welcome back to another cut above. I've literally just stopped my last video and just pushed go again, so I feel like I'm doing this all over again, but I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a head shave. I've already popped on some Edwin Jagger pre-shave whilst I did my face shave. And the soap I'm using today is the exact same, Shave of Heaven Hubba Hubba. Beautiful stuff, I can still smell it from my face shave, it's just beautiful. It just oozes Hubba Bubba chewing gum. It's just beautiful stuff. Oh, it just comes in a solid puck like that. It's quite a hard soap, but you don't have to bloom it to get a great lather out of it, trust me. And I'm just going to fill the bowl up. And for those of you that don't watch my face shaves but watch my head shaves, if there is anyone out there that does that, whilst I was doing my face shave, this came in the mail. So I'm really looking forward to getting a hold of this box open. So I'll be doing that right after I finish all my shaves. And I'm really looking forward to it. Right, so I've got my soap. The brush I'm using is the Edwin Jagger Synthetic, which is a beautiful brush. Love this brush. Won my brush of the year 2016, which is a pretty impressive feat to say that I've got High Mountain Whites, Silver Tip Badgers, some oak board brushes. So, and the soap smells great. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dip the tips of the brush and straight back into the puck just to reload the brush up, and then I'm going to bowl lather today for my head shave. I prefer to bowl lather because I can sort of store the lather in the bowl rather than wasting it all on my head all the time. Oh, the scent, look how far away that is. The scent is just incredible. In terms of strength, it's got to be up there with a sort of, oh, it's got easily an 8, maybe even a 9. It's really that strong. But it's a scent that you want more of. You don't want a bubble gum that tastes wishy-washy, you want a bubble gum that's oof. And this stuff is really like that. So that's the brush loaded. I'm just going to pop that on the top. And just pop a little bit of water in my bowl. So I'm using my coconut bowl today from Bali. I don't know whether you can see the water in there. I think you might just see it wobbling on the bottom. And then straight in there. They're actually pretty good bowls, these, the coconuts, because they're pretty rough inside. So it's not obviously like a scuttle or a shaving bowl with all the ridges in it, but it does work very, very well, and it does sort of help create the lather quicker. And I noticed as well, I thought it might affect the scent of the soaps, but it doesn't. But what it does do is it actually absorbs the scent of the soaps. So the more I use it, it seems to be absorbing all these different scents. So the actual bowl itself smells beautiful now. Just going to dip the tips in. Quite a thirsty lather this time. There was loads of soap in the brush right enough. Look at that. I'm just going to mix this just a little bit longer just to try and really work this lather. I don't know if you guys can see these peaks, like I know you will. See them in there, look at that. With my head, which will activate that menthol again. And here we go. I've got over a week's growth here, so it's pretty long. So this is when you need a good efficient razor, which is why generally the only razor that touches my head is the Mueller R41, and guess what, that's the same razor today. With a brand new feather blade, the only blade worth doing it with. However, I will be looking at trying to get some Kai blades. I just find them really expensive for what they are. I've never used one. I'd love to use one, but I just think for the price of 100 or 50, it's almost twice over here what I can pay for the feather blades. And the feather blades are brilliant in my opinion. So here we go. I'm just going to move this camera up a little bit. It's a bit better. I'll just move it a little bit higher. There we go. And here we go. can see there, it's done a pretty good job already. And one thing I'm changing with my head shaves now, one thing I'm changing with it is, instead of doing the full pull from back to front, I'm trying to do more back over each little section, and I find it cuts the hair down better now. So just with it. Slickness on this silk is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And for those of you out there looking to get into head shaving, or if you head shave and struggle, in my opinion, from using several razors, I've used a D89 on my head, I've used I tried a Merca 1904, 1905, I think it's 1904. You need something efficient, something, or aggressive if that's the word you use. But it also has to be, in my opinion, a pretty open razor, because your head hair is quite clumped together. And you've got to let it pass through the blades, through the actual razor. Because even with this, I still get blockages on it. There's no pressure, you don't put any weight on your head with the blade, just rest it on there. In fact, if anything, I actually hold it off my skin a little bit, I actually hold it, so that there's no pressure at all. Don't be afraid of the razor. I think a lot of the times, especially with beginners, and I was the same, I think a lot of it's in your mind that you're worried you've got this open blade. On your skin, and it's going to do you damage. It's not. Worst case scenario, you cut yourself, but you just move on. If you don't gain a confidence with these razors, you'll never ever be able to shave with them, in my opinion. And confidence only comes with practice, and it's easier said than done, especially on your head. Head shaves are more difficult, in my opinion, much more difficult, because once you get to the back, you've got no idea what you're doing really. It's all about feel and sound. You can't see it. I think there's a couple of guys on my channel that actually have a mirror behind as well, which is a great idea. I don't have the option of that. So. Right, so with the grain on the back, but for those of you out there that have never shaved your head, you might have a cracking head of hair, I just invite you to try it at least once in your life. You know, even if you wait for a shave your hair off day for charity or cancer, or cancer research or something, or charity day where everyone shaves their head, that happens quite often over in the world. It's quite a liberating experience. And I'll tell you another thing, there's nothing better, in my opinion, and getting up in the morning, having your shower, drying your head and walking out the door. Because when I had hair, I was as bad as my wife in terms of actually having to do it in gel, wax, all the different hair products and everything else. As much as my wife goes nuts the amount of money I spend on this hobby, she still has her hair done probably once a month, minimum $100. You're looking at $1,200 a year. I don't spend that much on shaving, no way. But when I was getting my hair cut, I was easy spending over here sort of maybe between $300 and $400. It's quite expensive for a haircut over here. I was actually laughing at Christmas when I was well, after Christmas, I was ordering my soaps from OSP. I've only got one soap that I purchased off of Paste and Cut over here in Australia, one of the forums, the Spice Road, and it's beautiful soap. So I'm looking at James Riley and I'm thinking, right, got these beautiful soaps, why has the guy got a beard? How can you have a soap like that and have a beard? Obviously he's bald, shaves his head, like me, so that gives you one thing, but gee, if I was making soaps like that. And then I thought, I wonder if it's a bit like, we've owned cafes before, me and my wife, well mainly my wife. When you have your own food places, you don't generally eat your own food because you're sick of it, you're sick of seeing it, sick of the sight of it, sick of the smell of it. And then when you make something new, or you invent something new, it's great for that little bit, you try it and then you just put it to the side again because you're sick of it. I wonder if he's got the same sort of feeling. Of interest to know if he actually uses his own soaps or whether he uses someone else's soaps. Because it's a funny thing when you do your own thing. Right, first pass down, I'm just going to empty the bowl, water, and restart with some fresh water because it always gets full of hair when I do my first pass. But it's chopped the hair down really well. There's not much hair left on top now. It's a little bit on the back that I can feel, but it's nothing to worry about. Just going to load the brush a little bit again because for some reason I went through a lot of soap there. Reloading again from the puck. I'm just going to go straight onto a head lather. Look at that lather, it's just beautiful, it really is. Don't look like much on there, it's quite thin. It's not thin, it's actually quite thick, it just looks thin. Right, pass number 2, against the grain. with the Mueller R41 feather blade. Check that out. Nothing left. One thing I do notice with the R41 though, I hold it at a different angle. I don't hold it 35 degrees, it's slightly less than that. No, more. Yeah, it's actually less, so I'm sort of around about 20-25 degrees generally with it. And once again, this is just all practice, guys. Practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the better you become. You'll never ever be perfect at it. I don't think there's any such thing as perfection when it comes to shaving, because you can't quite obviously hold a razor at a perfect angle the whole time you're doing it. You're always going to do things that are imperfect. It's all about knowing your face, knowing your head, knowing the angle of the razor. And also knowing the limits of your ability and the limits of your soap, because the soap is, in my opinion, just as important as the razor. And then there's your blade choice as well. Everyone's skin reacts differently to different blades. Which is why I love it. It's why I love this way of shaving. The only thing to me that I think sort of can work for everyone is the soaps. As long as you lather it right, the soaps you can't go wrong with. If you're using the same artisan soap as me and everyone else in the world, and we're all getting it right and you're not, there's something not right there. You've either got a dodgy batch of soap, which I would say is very slim, or it's just the technique of doing it. And the first sort of 2 or 3 months of me doing this, I couldn't lather nothing. My lathers were terrible. Sure, I just nicked myself there. Yeah, I have. See, there you go. Too much talking, not enough concentrating. So that's my first nick for the day. Alright, I'm just gonna that is when the mule at R41, if you're not paying attention, with a sharp blade can get you. And it's happened to me a few times with this razor. So. Right, I'm just going to do my final pass now, so I'm just going to rub my hand over my head, feel where any of the hair is that's left over, and then just whip it off. So. Sorry if I'm not being very talkative, guys, I'm just trying to concentrate. It's once you get one nick with this razor, you sort of panic about the rest. Bada bing, bada boom. And there we go. Brilliant. So that's another head shave done. I'm just going to rinse off. That's a real testament to the slickness of this razor, of this soap. Oh yes. Right, quick splash of cold water. There we have it, guys, another cracking head shave. Tiny, tiny nick there, like super tiny. It's not, I don't even think it's bleeding anymore. I don't know what the back's like. I can tell you now, there's no cuts on the back. I don't think there's nothing on the back. I'm just going to finish off with the Razor Rock Allen block. Doesn't matter what brand name's on that. That'll probably be the exact same Allen block that's in every single one of these packets with a different name on it. Does the same thing though. Just wet my head, wet the block. And literally no irritation, which is lovely. I'm going to get a little bit here no matter what, because I've got a nick there. Yeah, there it goes. But nothing major. And like I said on my face shave video, if you use the Allen blocks, which most of you probably do, and if you don't have one, get one, they're really good. Make sure once you rinse it off afterwards to moisturise, because to me it just sucks the moisture out of your skin. Just give that a quick dry, rinse and a dry, and then I just pop it straight back in the tub. Once I've dried it, that's it done. I don't leave it out to air, I just let it dry it myself. Dry it in the towel. Sorry guys, I keep looking away when I'm talking. I do have one guy over here that's watched a few of my videos. I think he's deaf, so he struggles. He needs to see my lips moving. I'm getting better. I do notice I'm getting better, but I do notice when I'm not doing it right. So I do try and repeat things again. If I'm looking away from the camera, I'll say it again. It's not because I'm losing my mind, it's just so for people out there that don't see what I say when I look down or I look to the side, so they can actually see what I'm saying as well. Okay, so that's that done. Just going to rinse off now and then finish off. Oh, lovely stuff. Going to finish off. I've already done my face with it. I'm going to do my whole head and face again because I love it. Bluebeard Revenge Cooling Moisturiser. I'm not going to go through my whole spiel about Bluebeard Revenge again. If you want to watch it, it's on the last video. Scent on this stuff is absolutely beautiful. Absorbs into the skin very, very quickly. It's got a scent in there, but I find it very sensitive. It's not a strong cream, not a strong moisturiser. I've got reasonably sensitive skin. It's not sensitive, but it is a little bit sensitive, and I don't get any irritation from this moisturiser at all. It dries in quickly. In fact, it's pretty much dry already, which is what I want. I want it to get in there straight away. I don't want it lying greasy on your skin. Okay, so that's that done. I didn't know what aftershave I was going to use today, but I think I will use I'll use the Nivea Men Originals. Good splash of that. And there we have it. Oh, that's a long video for me, 30 minutes. I did waffle on a little bit there, guys, I do apologise. I would fast forward the video, but I'm not that crazy about trying to fix it all when it's on the computer. I really just don't have the time. There's going to be 3 videos on today, so I'm not going to have the time to mince about and try and cut them and fast forward them and things like that. It's something, hopefully they'll bring out some sort of program where you can actually allow it to fast forward the parts when there's no voice coming out. It'll recognise your voice, fast forward when there's no voice, and it'll just automatically do that every time you talk. It'll stop and it'll pull it back a little bit so that you catch you talking again. There probably is a program out there that does it. My iMovie probably does it, I just don't know how to do it. I'm still new to this, still new to editing and actually putting these videos on, so I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, it's another cracking head shave using Shave of Heaven Hubba Hubba, which is beautiful, beautiful soap, it really is. That's what the puck looks like. Actually, no it's not. Since I've wasted everyone's time and how long this video is anyway, I'll just keep going. I'll let you have a look at this soap as it actually is in the tub. So there you go, that's what the soap looks like. I've used this probably 5 or 6 times now and it hasn't moved much really. That's about it. Very clean set of ingredients in there. That's the vegan soap. It does have a very strong scent. I don't think it's natural scents, all of it. There's definitely essential oils in there from memory, but you might get a bit of irritation with the actual soap itself because it is unnaturally scented as well. But it's beautiful, really is lovely stuff. The brush I used today was the Edwin Jagger synthetic. Brilliant brush, love this brush. Can't wait to get my new brushes to compare, but this is my go-to brush now for all my shaves at the moment. I'm really not looking at using my boar and my badger hair brushes just now because I'm really enjoying this one, and while it's working I'm going to keep using it. Razor for my head shave, Mueller R41, nothing else. Nothing else comes close to this in my opinion at the moment. I'm hoping to pick up some aggressive razors over this year maybe, I don't know. I'm on a bit of a sabbatical just now, so I've spent a fortune. I've got a brand new feather blade in there, best blade for the head as far as I'm concerned. It needs to be sharp because it's thick hair, you just want to whip it off as best and quickly as you can. Finished off with a Razor Rock Allen Block, followed by Bluebeard's Revenge Cooling Moisturiser, and then we finished off with Nivea Men Originals, which is lovely. It's got a really lovely sort of slickness. I don't know, it's almost like it's got glycerin in it. I don't know if there might actually be glycerin in it, I'm not sure. Glycerin or stearic acid, there's something in there that gives it a slickness. But that's it guys, 33 minutes, that's a pretty long video for me, pretty long. But look, I'm going to leave it at that. I've really enjoyed today. I hope you guys did as well. Hopefully you learned something. I'm learning all the time, watching the forums and reading what people do and watching the videos. So I hope everyone's having a good start to the year. It can only get better from here for me. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff on my channel personally. I'm really looking forward to putting out there for everyone to see. And for any of you guys out there, don't buy these blades. They're crap. Buy them for the novelty of it. The little soccer ball on there, little football. If they work for you, brilliant, but I don't know who they would work for. I wouldn't even put them near a slice of cheese. They're just terrible blades. But yeah, I shall leave you guys to it. Thanks again for coming along. I'm over 300 subscribers already. Once I hit 500 I'll be doing another giveaway, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.